run for Mack at foul ground. And oh, what a play! There we go! The wild back at the fan steals home plate. And Mack lifts his ball high and deep to right. How about a walk-off Gray? Put that one in your Rockies opening day memory book.
Welcome into Advent Health All Access. Time now to go in depth with Patrick Saunders of the Denver Post. It's not always that we get to start with some positives on the Rockies, but we got a good one. Ryan McMahon, first All-Star nod of his career. Why is he deserving, Patrick?
Well, he's upped his average this year, Romy. He's hitting well for home runs and power. He's arguably made the best fielding third baseman in the National League now, supplanting Nolan Arenado, who's kind of fallen down a little bit. A team leader, for sure. Strikeouts were a problem for him last year. He's cut those significantly. And on a personal basis, one of the all-time favorite Rockies I've ever covered. So I'm thrilled for Ryan McMahon. He deserves it.
That's fantastic. You love it when good things happen to good people. Patrick, we're about halfway through. Well, we're a little past halfway through the season. What did you learn about this team in what was a tough first half of the season? Yeah,
tough for sure, right? That some of the young players that they're counting on are going to be really good.
Okay.
Ezequiel Tovar, the shortstop, he's really going to be good. Their center fielder, Brenton Doyle, may have deserved an all-star bid. He's been phenomenal. Those are the two guys, young guys, that stand out to me. We knew the bullpen was going to be bad, and it is historically bad. We knew this team was not going to have the power that it really needs to compete. They don't. They need to find a way to hit more home runs. That's kind of the nature of the game in this day and age. I'll say one thing for this team, it plays really hard. You got to say that's a positive, and I think you credit Buddy Black, the manager, for some of that. So those are the main things we've learned. We knew it was going to be a struggle, and it is, and we knew that change was coming, and it will be. They keep bringing up young players all the time.
This change, do you think this is a pathway to success for this club as we see more and more young players coming up?
I do. I think the possibility is there. I like to talk about, for teams like the Rockies, the windows of opportunity. I think the Rockies think it could come as soon as next year. Okay. I'm thinking maybe 2026. Okay. But the windows for the Rockies have to line up. The pitching has to line up with the improved hitting, and then the bullpen's the third factor. That's what happened every time that they've made the playoffs, which doesn't happen very often. All those things came together at the same time. We'll see if it's next year or 2026.
The last time they made the playoffs, Kyle Freeland had a spectacular season. He's been back. Since he's been back from the IL, he's been fantastic. German Marquez with a possibility to come back soon. How much of a boost can this be for the rest of the season if Freeland can continue playing like this, and then Marquez can come in and add some as well?
Oh, huge, Romy, huge boost. K-Free started off the season. He had a wonderful spring training. Terrible first three starts. Then he righted the ship, and then he got hurt, the elbow. Now he's back. In 3 games, he looked, as you said, he looked like he was back in 2018 when he had a 2.85 ERA. Marquez will be back maybe next weekend in New York against the Mets, but certainly after the All-Star game. That sets the foundation for the rotation this year going into next year. And Austin Gomber, although he's been up and down, he's been pretty good too. And Cal Quantrill has pitched really well too. So one of the bright sides for the Rockies has been some stability in the rotation, starting rotation. And that's really important for this team.
Absolutely is. Now, one thing that every time you come on here, I feel like maybe we're going to have something better to talk about Kris Bryant, but this just feels like it's a never-ending disappointment.
It is. And to a certain extent, Romy, you can't control injuries, right? I mean, he's had plantar fasciitis. He's had the lower back injury. Then he had the oblique strain and the bruise in his ribs after making a funky catch in L.A. However, people in the Rockies have told me they're really frustrated with KB. For the money they're paying him, he's not been the warrior he should be. That's just the facts. And I would not be surprised once KB gets back if the young outfielders on this team are outperforming him despite his huge contract and his all-star status. He may sit and the other young guys may play because they're looking toward the future. And they want to put pressure on KB to step up and be the player they thought he was when they signed him.
Well, you know what? I don't think fans would mind that. We're really tight on time, but before we go, I just got to ask you, what do you think the future holds for Bud Black?
Romy, I'm not 100% positive about what's going to happen. He's indicated to me he wants to return. The Rockies have indicated they want him back. However, he has not signed a contract for next season. I thought that would have happened by now. It has not. My guess is they will sit down after the All-Star break, Buddy Black, GM Bill Schmidt, and team owner Dick Monfort, and they'll make a serious conversation about it, and I think they'll reach a decision. And if I was a betting guy, I'd say Bud Black will likely be back for 2025.
All right, well, we got in a lot in a short amount of time. Patrick,
Sure.
Thank you for all your work. As always, catch us stuff on the Denver Post. Thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome, Romy.
And